You ever
No.
heard of spherical pie, Biff?
It's different, right?
The value of pi on the surface of a sphere. If you draw a circle on the surface of a sphere, pi is not a constant anymore.
But pi is a constant.
Not spherical pi.
Well, like I'd just like to point out again, in reality, pi is a constant.
In reality, spherical pi is not a constant.
Yeah.
Yeah. In reality, it is not. It varies between 2 and 3.14159, the one you know about.
But
the only
pi
one.
cannot vary. That's the
Certainly
point.
can on the surface of a sphere, buddy. It can. It does.
But pi doesn't vary, Blue.
Yes, it does. If it's spherical pi, Bev,
it's a really bad argument.
Your lack of education is not my problem. It's your problem. Go learn something.
Pi has a value. That's called pi. It doesn't change.
That is pi in planar geometry, Bev. When you
but
draw
it doesn't change. Pi's only pi.
Yes, it does, Bev. When you draw a circle on the surface of a sphere, you've got a pi number that is variable. It depends. It depends on how big the circle is. If the circle
isn't variable,
if the circle happens to be the diameter of the sphere, pi has a value of 2.000. If the circle is infinitely small on the surface of a sphere, it has a value of 3.14159. It varies by the sine of the fucking angle.
You're unmuted again, Bev. You kept interrupting, so I muted you for a minute.
I told you wouldn't understand it.
There's more than one pi.
There's lots of them. Once radius becomes on the surface of a sphere, there's a lot of different pi's. Then I gave you the boundaries: 2.0 to 3.14.
I got
this upper and lower limit.
It's fine.
I'd hate to be limited to apple pie all the time.
Raspberry Pi. The mince pie, which
is my favourite.
Since it's Christmas here, by the way, just say Merry Christmas to all you guys. So
Happy Christmas to all you types in upside down land.
Yeah, how do you put decorations on your Christmas tree when it's hanging upside down there?
Actually, you do know that I think you guys are the antipodes, right?
We use super glue.
Of course.
Well, somebody's upside down.
Yeah.
Haven't they found us out there yet where we are?
Doesn't look like it.
Did you go back?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been back up for the last 3 minutes. Yeah, I was moving some scenes around and transitioning stuff ready to show, and next minute OBS crashed as well.
So was it just your OBS, not your computer this time?
No, just the OBS crashed.
Your OBS. Oh, well, that does happen. OBS does crash. I've done live stream. I've done live streams literally for days on end, and vMix has never crashed.
Okay.
But that could be to do with your computer as well. That could be a software thing, confliction of some sort.
Well, it's an experiment anyway because we're not using Zoom at the moment, so.
It lasted a good while though this time, didn't it?
Yeah.
Before it crashed.
Before the ABS.
They had a fair run on it too. Yeah. Because you had 8 people up in the Zoom before it fell over. So. Oh, we've got a few more viewers. They've obviously come back over here.
No, they're not in the live chat. Oh, here we go. We got one. Oh, somebody said they're over on Timbo's.
Yeah, well, they fall over onto mine so they can hear what's going on while in between. So.
Christmas special.
I won't play around with the scenes.
You can come over to try thinking. We're having a party.
Oh, we're going to do our. Well, we usually watch a few videos and do a bit of a quiz just to see if anyone is clever enough to answer the questions.
Mm.
So,
Someone
was someone trying to say something?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Joe's over in
Joe.
Discord.
Yeah, I was trying to see if you blokes down in Australia can send us some heat. It's 5 damn freedom unit degrees where I am right now. It's colder than hell.
Oh, that is cold.
Oh, I'm in,
Yeah, it's
I'm
cold.
in
Feel
shorts.
your-
I'm in shorts at the moment, and a t-shirt because it was a bit warm.
There's a,
I'm
Sorry,
in
go ahead.
shorts and a t-shirt and sweating. So
I've got long johns. I've got long underwear on and everything. I'm ass off. Thank you, Canada.
Can we get back to the sphere science? Can we get
throw another log on the fire, Joe?
I think Terry was saying he was wanted to finish up on the rest of his show. Was that right, Terry? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
that's what we were planning on doing.
Okie dokie. So you don't want us around here. You think we've sorted that out, Farmer's Boy?
Well,
Are you okay?
I just say something? I just think Paul Bevan is a lying, disingenuous cunt.
Here.
Wow, that's very
Yeah.
nice of you. Is that
Bev,
Alan?
Let's have an
Yeah, that
honest.
would mean a cunt.
Bev, let's have an honest answer out of you, right? Okay. What is the general shape of the Earth?
I don't know.
You don't know.
No, I do know that level is horizontal, and I do have a
No, it's
proof
not.
for that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Of course I
No,
do.
you don't. You don't.
And we have all
Another-
sorts of proofs.
Another question for you as well.
Mhm.
Were you ever a flat earther, or did you ever believe the Earth was flat?
No, I have never believed that the Earth was flat. I've known
So
that
why?
the Earth is definitely
Lying,
not
So,
flat.
so hang on, Alan, let me finish. But so why is it that there's been various tweets, as we saw in Res Rhetoric's show that you did with him, and that was a bit of a disaster? Is there was various tweets that
He didn't do
have
well,
been.
did he?
If there's various tweets that were shown with you actually saying "Welcome to Flat Earth," various things referencing Flat Earth, but you still denying that you were ever Flat Earther.
Yeah, I've never been a flat earther.
You've never been a
okay,
Flat
though.
Earther.
No. Have you?
Well,
Have you heard all of the
here's
people
the
that
thing.
have thanked other people for being able to do this?
Here's the other thing though, Bev,
Mhm.
is that there isn't a single glober that I know that believes you when you say that. Not one. In fact, there's quite a few flat earthers that
I know
also
you're all
believe that you.
bigots. Yeah, we know.
Why are we bigots? What's that got to do with being a bigot? Why has that got to do with being a bigot, Bev?
Well, because I definitely say that I have a proof that the Earth is not flat. Yet you
You
and
you just
your
said-
friends,
you just-
like you've just said, don't
does that make you
believe
big?
me. Because
No,
you
no, no,
want
no,
to be
no,
able
no,
to
no,
label me
that's
with
not what I
something
said.
that I'm definitely saying I am not.
But that's not what I said. Why is me saying I don't believe that that you deny that you're a flat earther? How does that make me a bigot?
And because you want to label somebody, to put somebody in a group so that
That's,
you
that's
can
not a definition
feel
of bigot.
whatever it
That's
is,
not
is
what I'm
because
talking
that's
about
what you're
you.
doing.
I'm not. I'm talking about you. That doesn't make me a bigot. Because I call you a liar, that doesn't make me a bigot. How does that make me a bigot? I've not spoken about anybody else at all. Who else have I mentioned apart from you?
Well, why are you trying to label me and put me in a group? But what's the
Why?
point in that?
Because you are. Because I mean, you're quite
Well, I'm
obviously.
definitely
a flat
not.
earther.
I'm telling you.
No,
I have a
nobody
proof.
believes
It's
you.
not flat.
Nobody believes you though, Bev. You were. If you're not a flat earther now, you certainly were.
I was not.
Yes, you were. You
No, I
certainly
was
were.
not
Nobody
a flat
believes.
earther.
I don't understand why you keep
There's no
denying
such
it, Bev.
thing as the flat
I
earth.
don't understand why you keep
How could
denying
it
it because
possibly
you
be flat? What the
because
fuck?
you were because you
Definitely
were
not flat. Observably,
you
not
were, you
flat.
but you definitely were a flat earther though, Bev. Without a shadow of a doubt, you were.
I was not a
Yes.
flat earther
See, why are you lying? Why do you keep up this
because
pretense,
I was
Bev?
not a flat earther.
Because you were though. Because we've got evidence of you saying it, Bev. Why are you still denying it, even though there's evidence out there of you saying it?
What of me saying what?
Yes. Saying things like "Welcome to Flat Earth," referencing Flat
Well,
Earth,
that
and all the rest of it.
obviously triggers
Numerous
people, doesn't it?
occasions.
There's certain
I'm not
things
triggered. I'm
that
not
get
triggered. It's just
people
that you keep-
really triggered.
I'm not triggered about it. I just think you're a
why
liar.
not say those certain things? But I've
Why are you
definitely I can
deflecting
prove
again?
to you I'm not a flat earther.
Oh, but you were a flat earther.
I was not a
Because we
flat
got evidence.
earther.
We've got evidence to the contrary. There,
I can
Bev.
use
Nobody believes you.
words. I can use words apparently to trigger the shit out of people.
I mean, you keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again, but nobody believes you, Bev. Not one single globe or even quite a few flat earthers believe that what you're saying.
It doesn't matter
Nobody
what they
does.
believe. I can prove that the Earth is not flat, and I know they'll get upset at me being able to do that. I know.
I don't.
People like you will get upset at me being able to prove it.
I'm not on the least bit upset.
Bev.
I'm not the least
You're
bit
not proving
upset.
a thing. And you cannot say you cannot say what you say and not be a flat earther, Bev. You can't say the Earth is not flat and level is horizontal. Those two things don't go together.
Well,
That's
in
all.
reality, level
That's
is
all.
horizontal, right?
How many?
No,
how many?
No, in
I
reality, it is
use that fact. I use that fact to
say that.
show that
You just
there
said
are
the Earth is flat.
elevation changes.
Bev,
Obviously.
when you say level is horizontal, you just simultaneously said the Earth is flat.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. That's
No.
exactly what that means.
No,
Bev,
I
how
didn't
many-
say that.
You're
How many-
involving yourself in a paralogism.
Can you?
No.
Is it?
It's
Is it? Bev?
definitely
Bev?
not a paralogism. We
Absolutely.
use tools, right, called auto levels that establish a horizontal plane.
Show you,
From
and
that,
you showed
we can
yourself.
tell there are
level
elevation changes.
Level deviates from horizontal, and you showed that with your own auto level, Bev.
Yes, see, we can measure elevation changes, Blue. You can do that with a measuring rod. That's
can
how you
walk
know there
the
are
Black-Hills Tower.
changes in
You can see that
elevation,
the
thus
elevation
making it
is
not
the same,
flat.
but level
Blue.
deviates from
So,
horizontal.
so
You
strong
showed
that you
Thank
you keep saying this, Blue.
Thank
It's
you.
not flat. Observably, not flat. And you use that a level to tell that.
I'll let Terry go. Go, Terry. How do you live to be 40 something or 50 something years old and not have a fucking clue about the shape of the thing you've lived on all your life?
I'm not obsessed with it, Blue. Epoche, normally. Don't give a shit. But a lot of people do seem to really care about it. I just know how to measure elevation changes in reality. That's all I know.
I do
He
too.
spent-
You know,
he spent-
fuck all.
He spends an awful lot of time online for something he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought I'd come over just to have a
I'd
chat
say
with you
maybe
guys.
3 to 5 hours a day.
You seem to be
berating me and
making-
anybody else
Seem
in
to be
challenge.
making a lot of videos about me, Blue.
Yeah,
It's
and
about
I'm gonna
time
keep
you
going.
sort of met me real.
Would you like
Oh, it's
that?
called.
Stop
Live and
making
in
shit
person,
up.
Bev? You really think you want to do that?
Do what?
You said meet me.
Yeah, we're talking now, aren't we?
Oh, this way. Okay. We've talked before, Bev.
Yeah, I know. That's why everybody else here that's here, like Farmer's Boy, talks
you
always
still have
talking
no
shit.
answers.
I've
You
heard
still
him
have
say
no
a lot of stupid
Anything I
shit,
put out there,
making
you
shit
cannot
up
explain reciprocal zenith angles. You have no explanation for that. we
with
can
the
explain
horizontal. Yes, we can, Blue.
No, you
We
can't.
can explain it geometrically.
No, you cannot, Bev. Do it then. Why haven't you? You explain it.
We
Go
will,
ahead.
Blue. We've
Go.
just heard what's your mate? I don't know where he's
go
gone. The
sit there.
cursed guy.
Go set your headlights up.
Explain
There
how
is
you've
no
done it. You've
out there,
you
Black.
need tilting
What's the
horizontals,
problem?
Blue.
Why
Stop
don't do that?
talking, everybody.
Prove that we're wrong. Why haven't you done it? I've got tons of reciprocal zenith angle measurements, Bev, going all the way back to the mid 1800s, and every one of them shows those verticals are diverging. Every one of them.
Can prove it by stating the fact, Blue, that you cannot establish a horizontal from A to B.
Bev, cut out the red herrings and answer the question.
No red herring. It's just a
That is.
horizontal line from A to B. I know that you have to avoid that very
You established a
statement.
horizontal line from A to B, Bev. You established a horizontal line from Southport all the way to Blackpool Tower. What happened to level?
No, we established a horizontal line, Blue, with the
It goes for-
realizing Euclid test.
How long does a horizontal line go for, Bev?
Well, we've got 400 meters, which we overlapped.
No,
Now,
wait a minute.
it depends how many
No,
people do you
right now,
reckon we
you wanna
could
go
get
back to
together?
Euclidean
See how
geometry.
many people we could get to
You wanna
join
forget
together
about the
to make it establish
A
it.
horizontal line
It's a
has
good
what
question,
length,
Blue.
Bev?
How
Can you
long
tell us?
could we
You know about Euclid. Tell us, what is the length of a horizontal line, Bev? Please, go ahead and tell us.
realizing Euclid test that we have for 400 meters, which we overlap? Blue's asked the question, how
You proved
long
water
could we
level
link
is
that
water level,
horizontal together? How long could it be? Blue
You
Marble
proved
Science
level
asking
by
a
using
question.
water level, Bev. That's not what I'm
So
talking
physics,
about.
we could
I'm
use
talking
physics to do that. Ask
I'm
that
talking
question.
about throttle level, establishing a horizontal plane. You've already said it does that. That horizontal plane, actually a horizontal line is the way I look at it. But that horizontal line extends to infinity.
I like the idea of the water level, the realizing Euclid test. How long could we keep extending that shared straight line segment of water levels?
That's not a shared straight line
a straight
segment.
line.
That is the first fallacy,
Could we?
Bev. That is a fallacy.
What's the fallacy? The water level establishing
That's not a shared straight line segment. That is a shared curved line. You did nothing to
the
establish.
water level establishes a horizontal plane.
No, it does not. It establishes 2 points of equal
There we go,
elevation.
okay.
That's all it establishes. 2 points of equal elevation. Add a third point, and you'll find out those points are not collinear.
They are, though.
No, they are not. They are measurably not.
Wow, measurably.
Measurably not.
Okie dokie. Well, that's something obviously for the Blue Marble scientific community to be able to do. If you say so, Blue, then
already
I
done,
guess
Bill.
it has to be done. Yeah.
We've
But
been doing it for
what's
hundreds of years.
the measurable distance change?
Pardon me?
The measurable bit. Where how would that be measured? What would it be referenced to? The measurement that you say has been done.
Oh, you're talking about the curvature of the Earth?
No, the water level, the one that
Well,
you said has
refraction is
been
about 8
measured.
inches per mile squared. Yeah, well, you measured it at Blackpool. Not really.
That's not a water level,
That's
though.
actually
We're talking about the
you got a
water level.
You got the world's best water level sitting right next to you. It's called the Atlantic fucking Ocean.
No, it's just this 400-meter water level here. It's not the world's best.
Yeah, no,
It's
not
just
your water
part of
level.
a
Bill.
realized
I'm talking
Euclid
about
test.
Southport to Blackpool. What was on your left? Looking at Blackpool.
Now we're talking about actual
great
water
big
levels here,
washing-
Blue, right? Not imaginary
water
ones.
Is a water level. Is it
The
not?
actual water level tool. No.
Oh, the water doesn't behave the same way unless it's in a tube. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you have to use the mean,
Gotta
don't
put
you?
it in a tube.
Surely
Okay.
everybody knows how the vertical datum works.
How do
the
they
mean.
how do they establish mean sea level when the sea is not in a tube, Bev?
They measure it on a vertical datum and they average it like they do with a mean. They take a load of measurements on the vertical and they average it out, so they end up with 1 point on the vertical. That's it.
An average. Okay, great.
That's your datum that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can go up and down what?
Yeah, vertically.
Yeah, how much?
You change vertically from that point, and you call that elevation change. Right, but you're saying there's something if you add another point on a water level.
Changed, did it? The elevation at Blackpool Tower didn't change.
Talking
It's
about
sitting
a water level, Blue.
right next to the ocean, Bev. The same as yours stood right next to the ocean. Only your auto level, your thing establishing a horizontal plane was 100 feet up the side of that damn building, Bev. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. The Earth curved. Level departed horizontal at the rate of 8 inches per mile squared. Including refraction, it's more like 6.75 inches per mile squared.
With the water level between point A and B.
Well, if you want to go build yourself a 13-mile water level, you could do it that way, but the ocean's good enough.
Mm-hmm. We do have water levels, like we said. So you're saying there's a difference in the middle. If you were to add another point in the middle of a water level, A to B, what would be the difference?
I've already told you what the rate of curvature is.
Where would the measurement be made, Blue?
You would have to shoot between the two ends of the water level.
You said it can be measured.
Yes, and it can.
Well, where would the measurement be made?
The measurement would be made at the midpoint of the water level, Bev. You need a third riser in your water level at the midpoint, and you need to line your auto level up. You won't be able to do it with an auto level. Actually, you'll need a theodolite. But you need to line up the two ends of the water level, straight line of sight, and that center point is going to be higher, just like Lake Pontchartrain is.
Higher?
Yeah, to a horizontal line of, I'm not going to say horizontal, to a line of sight connecting the two endpoints of the long water level. The center point will not be on that line. Just like the center of Lake Pontchartrain Bridge is not on the line if you draw it between the two endpoints of the bridge.
Measurable, like a vertical.
Yes, very measurable.
A vertical change.
Yeah. Elevation-wise, it'll be exactly the same. But it will not be collinear.
Can't be exactly the same with a measurable vertical change.
Bev, every point will be at the same elevation. Every point will be, but those elevation points do not form a straight line. They form a curved line.
You've never actually done this, have you, Blue?
Yeah, we did it at, well, Jesse and the guys did it down at Lake Pontchartrain.
You, Blue, have you ever done this?
Doesn't matter whether I've done it or not, Bev.
You've just taken the words of somebody else. Blue.
I don't care, Bev. I've got.
Is there a chance that they might not have told you the entire truth?
I've got everything. And I've got a surveying book laying right here that tells me the same damn thing. And every other surveying book says the same thing, Bev, as does the Ordnance Survey and NOAA and every
vertical measurable change in the center
will tell you the same thing. Exactly.
Of the water level.
Yep, exactly.
That sounds ridiculous, Blue.
Well, no, you sound ridiculous denying it, Bev.
Yeah, there is no hump, Blue. There is no vertical.
Nobody called it a hump. You're the only asshole that calls it a hump.
Well, you just said it's a vertical measurement.
I said, Bev, that the elevations are exactly the same, but a straight line between the two endpoints, that center point will not lie on a straight line connecting the two endpoints.
But an elevation drawing of it would have a horizontal straight line.
Yes, absolutely.
With no change.
If you put three risers in a water level and an elevation profile, the way we draw them would be a nice straight line connecting all three of those points.
On a horizontal line.
In reality, when you connect the two endpoints and sight across that center one will be higher. It will not be collinear. It cannot be. It can't be because the Earth is curved, Bev. Measurably curved, and we've shown it a lot of different ways, and you've shown it.
So you're saying a water level cannot be a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference because it is globe.
I'm saying a water level can only establish. Now, let me ask you this question. You keep saying this. A water level establishes a horizontal plane. That's 2 points. How do 2 points establish a plane, Bev? In Euclidean geometry, tell me what's required to have a plane.
Well, the water level can move to any point, can't it?
No,
Surely
just 2
you
points.
know how water
That's
levels
yeah,
work.
stick to the
Are
question.
you
Stick to
going
the
to say
question.
now that it can be lots of different points all at one time? So we're not just talking about a standard water level. We're talking about a water
Stick to the
level with
question.
lots of risers in it, right?
Yeah, you can. Our realizing Euclid test has more than 2 rises, obviously, in order
Okay,
to
then.
do it mathematically. Yeah. Like
Were they in
what you
line
have
or-
to imagine is like a canal, right?
they in a
There's
line,
the
Bill?
water all along the canal,
Were they
right?
in
But
a line?
a water level will represent that.
Can't answer. All right, gotcha.
Are we answering the question that you asked, Blue?
No, he won't answer it.
Go on, go on. So give us your best question, Blue.
He just did.
Yeah, go on.
Not going to ask it again, Biff.
No, don't be shy. Come on.
I have a question for Bev.
Go, Joe.
How have his explanation, at least witnessed myself? Daylight in December never sets, and they're in Norway in June. How is that possible if the Earth is in a sphere?
I don't even think I heard half of that.
Yeah, you're a bit low, Joe. I've got you turned up at 200%.
All right, sorry, I'll try to talk louder. How's that?
I think you just got a bad sound on your end.
I'll get back. Okay, is that better?
Whoa, that's a bit better, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I've experienced this myself, since I know a lot of flat earthers talk about have to rely upon personal experience. How can you explain 24-hour daylight in Antarctica, December? Sun never sets. I've witnessed it myself. 2 weeks. And 24-hour daylight in northern Norway in June. The sun never set. How is that possible on anything but a spherical Earth?
Was that how do you explain, or how is that possible?
How is that possible on anything but
Don't know.
spherical
Got a clue?
Earth? Ev doesn't have a clue.
No, not got a clue.
Thank you.
Something that
Well-
you've seen. Brilliant. Well done.
We finally found something we can agree on, at least.
Exactly.
Nonsensical questions. That's brilliant.
No, the fact that you don't have a clue.
Yeah, I don't even know what he said, really.
I don't know. I thought I was
Can you
pretty clear.
summarize it, Blue?
It was your question, Joe.
Formulate
that
it
there
into
was
an argument or something.
Joe, was your question that there was 24-hour suns in 2 different latitudes?
At 6 months apart.
At 6 months apart, okay.
And then when the sun doesn't, and then the corollary is polar night in northern latitudes in Norway, for example, in Sweden, where the sun doesn't rise, and then 2 or 3 months where the sun never rises in Antarctica, 6 months apart. Explain that with a flat plane.
It's definitely not a flat plane, right? You did hear me say that, right?
Yeah, we
You
know
might,
that.
you
There's
might
hills and
be have got
valleys.
mistaken that you were talking to a flat earther. I'll point it out again, Joe. I am definitely not a flat earther. So don't pretend that you can imagine you're thinking you're talking to a flat earther. You are not.
Do you know that the Earth is?
So
If
these
you know that the
So these texts that you did in the past, Bev, you're retracting those statements.
Yeah, the Earth is definitely not flat.
But why don't
And
you
there's
read-
no
why
need
don't-
for anybody to get upset about anything that
But
may
level
or
is
may
horizontal.
not have been said, that anybody may have made a joke about something, right? It's definitely not flat.
Did
But
you say,
you-
Bev?
And
that
you
the Earth
guys
is-
definitely know that it's definitely not flat, right? You're secure in your own knowledge enough because you're grown adults that you know for sure it's not flat, right? There's no need for you to get upset about
Well-
something that definitely isn't true, right? There's definitely proofs that it's
Okay.
not flat. There's no need for anybody to get upset or worried or even triggered or whatever about a certain statement about something that definitely isn't
be-
true, right?
Could you be honest for a minute, Bev, and stop with this this foolishness about terrain? What would be the general shape of the planet that we live on? Do you think it's a
haven't
big
got a clue,
flat
Blue.
thing?
I haven't got
Really?
a clue, Blue.
You really don't. You really
I
going to stick to
haven't
that? Huh?
got a
Bev,
clue.
if that is the
Blue.
truth, if that is the truth, you are
Mhm.
too fucking stupid to talk to. I'll see
I
you
do
later.
know for a fact that level is horizontal.
No,
well, then
it
you're using the
isn't.
wrong.
You can't.
You're using the wrong level, then, Bev. You don't know what level means.
Well, we've done pretty much extensive research on the very fact of about a level.
No, you
Um,
haven't.
No,
We
I don't
have
think you have.
a way of
You-
talking to people
you-
about it
You're
too.
using the word level, but you're not realizing it has different usages.
Well, it only has one usage.
No, it does
really.
not.
No, it
No,
doesn't.
it does not.
No.
Or of identity states that
No, it
level
No.
is only
No,
one
you need-
thing.
You need to realize that there is more than one usage of the word level.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I'm not a
Level has quite a few usages.
Bev, would you say the Earth is definitely not a sphere?
Yeah. I think you could safely say that.
And
Is
what
that
makes
right?
Flat-
and
You're
what
a
makes
flat
you?
earther.
Yeah. Sorry, Joe.
And then he's a flat earther. If he says that the Earth is definitely not a sphere, as far as I'm concerned, he's a flat earther.
He's in that.
He's not
He's
a
in that category, yeah. Because there's no third category
he's
for
not-
the shape of the Earth for people
Ah,
to be in the conspiracies
act-
of the shape of the Earth not
Terry,
being
there
a
is.
sphere.
There is another category, but he's not it because he's not a concave earther either.
Mhm. So you understand that a sphere is a three-dimensional Euclidean shape, right?
And
Everybody knows that,
what?
right? Well, that means we are dealing with, if you're talking about a sphere, then you would say, if the Earth is a spherical object,
There's no
then the surface of liquid water must curve.
It does.
And it
It
does.
does.
A
It does.
water level is a tool for a
No, for
It's,
horizontal.
it's not.
It's enough of this fucking bullshit. Water fucking curves. The Earth is a ball. We can look at it from space. We take photos of it every 10 fucking minutes.
You
Go on, let it all
you're
out.
You
denying.
blithering fucking retard.
Come on.
Sorry, Tim.
How do you deny things like
Thomas.
the images from space from the ISS and other satellites of the shape of the Earth?
What? How do I what?
How do you deny that?
Deny what? The pictures?
The images that we get from the ISS and satellites of the
definitely-
shape of the Earth.
We've seen the images, right? I'm not denying them. Who said I denied them? Like,
But that gives
show
us-
me a picture. Let's see whether I deny the picture.
I've
you-
discussed
you
this
deny-
with you before, Bev, and you've denied that outer space is a thing. Because as soon as I start talking to you about space, you go on about the distances between objects. Because, of course, space
Space is the
has
difference
different meanings.
between physical objects. Yes.
No, you and I know we were talking about outer space where there are satellites and space stations, because there's at least two of them in low
In
Earth
your
orbit.
imagination. I'm telling you what space is to me.
Yeah, well, you're full of shit then, Bev. Again,
You're talking
because
about
you're now denying
you
that
want.
space is a thing.
Well,
And we know what space
I
I'm
don't know
talking
what's
about.
going on in your head, Farmer's Boy. So me denying something that's going on in your head is of little importance to me.
All right, then, Bev.
And
do
you're
we have
outraged
satellite-
at the fact
Bev,
that I
Bev.
can't get inside your head and understand
Bev,
what the fuck you're
Can,
talking
can you stop showboating for a minute? Bev, do we have satellites in orbit around the planet?
I don't know.
There you go. Do we have 2 space stations in orbit around the planet at this moment in time?
You'd have to be somebody that's fairly ignorant to deny the fact that there is actually satellites in.
So you don't use GPS then?
That's very ignorant.
You don't
Bev.
use GPS and you
Deny
don't have
that.
satellite. I'm presuming you don't have like Sky. You don't have satellite telly.
I
That's
don't
ju-
watch telly.
You're just being
Right. So
ignorant.
you.
You're just being ignorant, Bev, aren't you?
I
Yeah,
don't.
he
I
is.
don't like the idea of the programming that goes on within the TV mechanism.
So do you use GPS at all, Bev?
Obviously detrimental to people's mental health.
Do you use GPS?
What do you mean use?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Do you use GPS at all? Any apps on your phone, or maybe you've got it built into your car? You know, GPS for finding out where you're going, like using Google Maps in your phone when you're driving. Do you use GPS?
Well, yeah, you can use maps. Yeah.
Yeah, but what, Google Maps that's driven by GPS?
Like actual maps.
No, Bev, I'm not
paper
talking
map.
about fold-up
He
paper
uses the
maps or
paper
road
maps
atlas.
like a street directory.
I'm very clearly referring to GPS. Do you use it?
Fucking yeah.
On a-
Let's go. Let's go with yes. Yes, I definitely use GPS.
But in
Where
your
do you
car,
think
Global
those signals are
positioning.
coming from?
What?
Global positioning satellites. GPS.
Yeah, where do you think the signal's coming from for the GPS?
Normally towers, right?
No,
and where does the towers get it from?
Ground base station.
no. You can turn your
So this-
phone. You can turn airplane mode onto your phone, so that it's not receiving any signals from any of the towers, and yet GPS still
know.
works.
We have
Yeah, I
GP, we have
A
G,
map.
we
Find
have
out
G,
where I'm going. I'm
We-
normally
This is a waste of time. He's as full of shit as it.
yeah. Do you know we have
Yeah,
GPS? Do you know we have GPS satellite phones, Bev, that you can use in the outback, and there's no towers within thousands of miles.
Yeah, I would imagine that there are, yeah, like walkie-talkies and stuff.
No, not walkie-talkies,
No.
satellite phones. They use GPS satellite to communicate.
People have phones. Brilliant. Yeah, yeah.
It's
I've
not
heard
a
of
phone.
people.
It's not a phone.
I can be on a boat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and use a satellite phone and talk to somebody anywhere in the world. Not a
Yeah.
walkie-talkie.
I feel safe in the knowledge that people can definitely talk to each other on phones. Some people can be on boats and talk to other people. Like me now, I'm in the UK and I'm talking to you guys, and you're miles away.
So none of those phones use satellite.
communicate.
So none of those phones use satellite.
What?
Are you saying none of those phones use satellites?
No, I'm just saying we can do it. It is possible that it is
And-
done. Yes.
And you haven't bothered to find out how, or you don't care.
No, the fact that we are talking is amazing to me.
But yet you deny GPS satellites and things like that. So you
Yep.
are in the flat Earth side of the
I'm
fence.
denying it. What am I denying? The fact
You're
that
denying
we
that those signals are
actually
coming
talk.
from satellites in orbit.
The point is that we can isolate exactly where the signal is coming from, and also exactly how fast the thing that is originating that signal is going.
Jolly good.
Just
You should
by,
feel,
just
you
by
should
listening
feel
to it.
safe in your
So,
knowledge that you can do
pretty
that.
hard to deny.
I like it.
Oh, and
Hey, but-
farmers,
Mm.
Joe and Terry. I think we need to. I think I need to ask you this question or this statement.
Are you talking to retard?
Yes, we are.
I thought Nathan Oakley covered that already.
Pop, pop.
Well, I just wanted to be sure.
I have a new definition for space.
I wish I'd have got
It's
to
the
hear more
area-
of what Bev had to say when he was on Nathan's show the other day. I don't know what happened
Yeah.
there.
I have a new definition for space.
Do you reckon Nathan's ever going to come up with something that he can do with an angle?
Couldn't give a flying fuck about Oakley. He's another retard.
Yeah, but you would have to agree that you can do fuck
I'm not-
all with an angle, right?
No, Bev.
No, that's wrong.
You can do fuck all with an angle. Other people can. So I'd drop that one if I were you.
Really? So you're supporting Nathan in his cause of...
No, I'm not
being able
supporting
to
Nathan
do
Oakley
an
in any
angle.
way, shape, or form. You can fuck off with that as well, Bev. I don't support Oakley. He's a retard.
You are saying that you can do something with just an angle, right?
Absolutely.
Because you can't doesn't mean to say that nobody else can either.
I can find my latitude with just one angle.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Like
I
any
can
angle
check-
would be a latitude.
Farmer's boy, I think it's time to
44
time to-
degrees, that's a latitude angle.
Yeah.
There you go.
I
I can
can
do
check-
it. I can do that too. Brilliant.
I
By
can check that the
measuring, by
horizontal
measuring
plane
an
on the other
angle,
level.
Latitude.
by measuring an angle to Polaris, I can get my latitude. That's all I need.
Yeah,
The
you can
elevation
find
angle
an
to Polaris, and I then have my latitude, Biff.
Mhm.
And I can check the horizontal plane is perpendicular to the plub bob with an angle.
Really?
Make sure it's 90 degrees.
Which angle orientates a horizontal and a vertical?
But when you measure the angle between your plumb line and your horizontal plane, you've just told me you can establish with an auto level.
So you need a plumb line and a horizontal plane, and then you can measure an angle. So you've not
Yeah.
just got an angle, you've got a plumb line and a horizontal plane. And now you've got an angle.
No, you got a way to
Well,
measure
that's-
the
oh, yeah.
angle, Biv. A way to measure
No,
the angle, Biv.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you can
The
measure
angle-
an angle with a tool for measuring angles.
No.
What can you do
told
with
us
the
that
angle?
You just told us an auto level doesn't measure angles. Are you,
Um,
you going back on that?
No, you can measure an angle with a tool for measuring angles. Once
can,
you are in possession of an angle, what can you do with it?
Know what my latitude is, Bev.
You can call it
Check
a
if something's
latitude.
square.
It is my latitude. It's not a matter of calling it my latitude. It is my latitude.
So that you doing something with that angle is
An
you
angle.
calling it a latitude. Brilliant. I think that's Nathan Oakley's approach as well.
I don't care if it is. He happens to be right for once in his fucking life, Bev.
Okay. So
Brooke-
according
Brooke
to
is
you,
Nathan's-
doing something with an angle involves giving it a name.
You said, what did you say you can't do with an angle?
Said you can do fuck all with an angle.
And that would be including calling it something, right?
Is calling it something doing something with an angle?
I think
Blue.
it is doing something with it, Bev.
Yeah, this is going nowhere.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good.
Of course it is, but this is Nathan Oakley's argument as well. It's
keep
strange
bringing
that
him into
Nathan Oakley and Blue Marble Science have exactly the same argument about what you can do with an angle. You can give it a name.
It's
You can
scary when
talk
Nathan
about
is
it.
right, yeah.
But
It's not a matter of giving it a name, Bev. It's a measurement of my latitude.
it's a measurement of an angle. An
It is
angle.
an angle. If I measure that angle, I know what my latitude is. I've measured my latitude by measuring an angle. That's all. I didn't do anything else. I just measured an angle.
Mhm.
You said I can't do anything with it. I just told you I can.
You just named it. Yeah.
No, Bev. I found a distance from me to the North
didn't
Pole.
find a
is what
distance.
I did. Yeah,
No,
I
you
did.
didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah,
You just
idiot.
measured an
Look,
angle.
idiot. Look, idiot. Of
Yeah.
course I did.
Where's the distance?
Latitude gives me the distance to the pole.
Measuring an
not know
angle gives you a
Did you
distance.
not know that? Did you not know that?
Oh.
Really?
Geometrically.
You know that
that's
that
impossible.
that's little about the earth you live on. You don't understand what latitude lines are measuring, do you?
The reason
Obviously,
we said
you
it,
don't.
you can do fuck all with an angle.
Obviously,
Means you can't get a distance.
of course you can, Bev. We know exactly what that measurement
How?
is. Huh?
How?
That angle times 60 will give you the distance to the pole. Well, actually, the distance from the equator, you have to take the reciprocal of it.
Yeah.
I think it's time for another swig of that bottle there, Farmer's Boy.
Oh, don't tempt me, fuck's sake. I mean, I know from the other day that my liver's in pretty good condition, but I'd like to keep it that way. And really, Farmer's Girl, is that the best they can do?
I'm just glad we're not playing the
It's
drinking
a bit
game.
childish.
Using I'm glad we're not using the drinking game when every time Bev says the word horizontal, or we'd all be hammered.
I'd be dead. Because I know the limits of my liver, unfortunately.
I wouldn't even be here.
Good thing I don't drink.
Me too.
It's awfully upsetting, that word, isn't it? So I think we might put a save you guys. No mention of the H word, right? We know perpendicular's a bit too much to handle. Let's save it at the point and not mention the H word.
Oh no!
I'm waiting for your video.
Don't mention
I'm
the
just
R
waiting
word
for your
when Bev's
video.
around. You know, reality. Because he struggles with it so.
Well, horizontal definitely exists in reality, and that may be what you're upset about.
Well,
I'm
like I
upset
said,
about you
We'll
lying
see
all
when
the
it comes.
time. That's the big problem.
Yeah. Lying about a horizontal existing in reality.
No, that's not what I said. I just called you a liar because you're constantly lying. But hey, there you go.
About the horizontal existing in reality.
That's not what I said.
But that's what we say, and we have proof for.
You say many, many things that are all lies.
Well, you keep saying that, and
I
that
do,
sounds to me like slander. But
Does it?
hey, yes.
Well, hey, if you're that worried about it, go for it, mate.
Nice rebuttal. Typical Farmer's Boy comment.
Oh, was that
talking shit in the background?
Oh, yeah, here I am in the background talking shit. Yeah.
Yes, you are. You're just calling people liars, but never saying what it is that you claim.
I have told you so many times I've lost fucking count, but there you go.
Well, let's tell everybody now, just for Christmas. Let everybody know what you're calling me a liar for.
Here you go. Paul Bevan is a liar. Is that good enough for you?
There you go. There's another one. Alan, well done. Farmer's Boy, come on. Let everybody know. Let everybody know what I'm lying about.
I've already told you, mate.
Let's hear
there
it.
he is again calling me Farmer's Girl. Hello, Ali B.
Let's hear it, Farmer's Boy.
You've heard it, and you've heard it, so you can fuck off with
Why can't you say it now, Farmer's Boy?
Because I've said it so many times.
Stage fright?
No.
Or you've forgotten?
No, I haven't forgotten. The very tenets, the foundation of your bizarre belief is that level is horizontal, and it isn't. You claim not to be a flat earther, and yet everything you say is what flat earthers say. And then you go into this whole weird argument about, oh, it's not flat, I can prove it because it's got elevation changes. When you know full well that's not what we're talking about. You can't
Every one of those are truth statements, Farmer's Boy.
Space is fake. No, it's just your silly bloody wordplay and semantics because that's all you've got.
Is that
I think
really
we'll finish up there
Farmer's
by
Boy?
now. So
I think we ought to
call it. Yeah, we'll call it quits for tonight. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we've had enough.
Acting like
of
a
all
dick.
this. Yeah.
Oh. You don't like being called a liar, do you, Bev?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
We didn't get to do anything else because I can't really share anything. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's 1:32, Terry. So
yeah, it is getting a bit late. All right then.
Are you shutting it down, Terry? Is anybody else hanging behind? Farmer's Boy?
No, we'll probably have a chat here after we stop streaming.
Oh, here's Wally.
Oh, hi, Dave.
How you going?
There's Wally. Hey, Wally. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. I really would have liked to have had a bit more of a chat with you this morning, but unfortunately I couldn't. I had things I had to do. But I did leave you a little present in Twitter. So I drew what I was trying to get you to draw on the whiteboard. So you can have a little look at that. I did it in the Modus Tollens for you as well, so I'm sure you can mind your P's and Q's with that one.
Really? Post it in here. Post it in the
Look,
Discord
I'll
here,
have to
so
go.
everybody else can see it. Wally, come on. Let's see
I'll
what everybody.
drop it
So
in.
let everybody can see it all. Get it in
I
here.
think Terry's got a copy of it in his DM with me, but I can't get to it at the moment. I'm just on the phone, so it's a pity.
post it
But
onto
I can
Twitter.
try and drop it in a minute. But
Nice. You're trying a bit of logic, are you, with the Modus Tollens?
Oh yeah, I thought I'd throw a little bit of logic at you.
Nice.
Yeah, because I think you guys always get a little bit hung up thinking that I'm trying to tilt the zenith lines, but no, the zenith lines are always perfectly vertical. Even at Dubbo and Sydney, they're both perfectly vertical, but they're just not parallel. I'm sorry to say, when you measure them, they just aren't parallel. And when you have a look at my little diagram, you'll see how that comes about. Just simple 3 lines.
Do you imagine that you can orientate a line from A to B horizontally, Wally?
What do you mean from A to B?
Can you orientate a line from A to B in reality? Can you orientate that horizontally?
Yeah,
the entire line.
What you mean?
I know it's really difficult, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure people would be really difficult. It's a hard question to understand, right? If you have a point A and a point B, can you orientate the straight line between those 2 points? Can you orientate that entire line horizontally?
You can have a straight line between point A and B. The straight line can be horizontal at A, or it could be horizontal at B, but they're not going to be the horizontal at both if there's some great distance between A and B.
Is it just a straight line from A to B, though, right?
Well, then
you can have a straight line from A to B, but it won't be horizontal all the way. It'll only be horizontal in one point.
You can't have a part of a line being horizontal and a part of the same straight line not being horizontal.
Well, you can.
You can't.
You've got a globe. Yeah, well, that's
no,
the problem.
It's not possible.
We're dealing with a globe. When you're dealing with a globe, that's exactly what happens.
Well, no, we're just dealing with a horizontal in reality, right? Or at least the concept of the understanding of a horizontal in reality.
Well, in reality, we're all standing on a globe, and that's exactly how it works. Part of it's horizontal, and part of it's not.
Really?
Well, that's what happens when you look at. You try looking at. The moon.
It's not what happens.
It is.
A horizontal is a straight line. And if that horizontal straight line is horizontal, then the entirety of it is horizontal.
Yeah, that's where you've hung up. That's where you got yourself stuck. You think a straight line must be horizontal,
stuck with
but it's
that.
not.
Don't worry about it.
It's not that.
This is gaslighting, obviously, for you guys.
No,
I hope you're doing well for
mate.
each other. Yeah. No. Definitely.
Well, how do you... anyway. I will let you guys go because I know Terry wants to get his little pretty head to bed. He needs his beauty sleep.
Oh, thanks, Wally.
Well, I need mine, that's for sure.
Yeah, we all do. It's getting a bit late.
I don't know, Terry, I gotta get up and have Christmas with the family in the morning.
Yeah.
Same.
You've got family. Well, I haven't got family here anymore. They all moved out.
Okay. Got to go, guys. Been fun.
Thanks, Wally.
Talk to you later.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, thanks for that, Wally. That was genius.
Hey, Wally.
Thank you, Wally.
Only part of a straight line can be horizontal.
Oh, we'll finish up here now. So if everyone will just let me finish up. Thank you. We'll pick this up on Wednesday. We might have to do it again through Discord again like we did tonight. If we can't do it through Zoom, just it seems to be working here for some weird reason. So, well, thanks, Peanuts. Thanks everyone on the panel.
Yeah, good.
Fuck that, he's gone.
Okay, somebody dropped.
Yeah, it's Bev.
he didn't want to get his last word in, so.
Okay.
Well, he couldn't.
Oh well. Even when I was trying to wind up, he was still trying to talk.
Yeah.
That's because he's been showing this whole thing in his YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like he was talking
so
to
he-
he was
yeah.
talking to himself there before, and I was muted over here, and then I realised, oh, he's live streaming to his own channel.
Yeah, that's who he was talking to, his audience. Not they'll still be going now.
Yeah, they're still going over there now.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's
Mm.
the flow life.
You want to hear them talk? You want to hear them talking about
No,
behind our back?
Apparently,
No.
Terry is an absolute moron. That's ask and receive.
Okay.
Ali B is very proud that he can wind me up by calling me farmer's girl. Apparently, I just posted 9 shit inaccurate satellite signals. Yeah, I mean they're morons.
What's
Thoroughly
with
unpleasant ones.
Yeah, but what's with the name
I'm not
calling
sure.
all the time?
I'm not sure whether
is Bev gone? Oh no!
What did
Oh,
you want to say? Did
no.
you want to say goodbye to him?
Yeah, I want to wish him all the best, Merry Christmas, and
Ah.
no, I don't.
I just want to second everything Alan said about him. Get the words right out of my mouth.
K-Strat, you're a lying cunt. I like it.
Yeah.
What you mean that Paul? You mean that Paul Bevan is a lying, disingenuous cunt?
Yes, absolutely spot on. I can't find fault with any of that statement whatsoever.
No, I can't either.
Oh, Anglian Water have just texted me to tell me that my water supply is now back up and running. I never lost it.
There you go.
Oh dear.
I think Bev broke. I think Bev broke blue.
What?
I don't know about broke.
You're arguing against a brick wall. You know, I mean that you know, when I said to him, "Oh, you know, you claim that the Earth isn't flat because of terrain." Yeah, he knows what the argument is, and that's why he twists it around to something else. It's like whenever I've spoken to him about space, he goes on about the distances between objects, knowing full well that I'm on about beyond our atmosphere.
That's why.
And as soon as he gets to something like that, you have to start playing these silly fucking word games, and that's what he does. And he knows it's maddening, and it is maddening.
That's why I used the word flat plane. You know, I should have used pizza Earth, I guess.
Yeah.
Does anyone? I was going to say, does anyone notice that the word Bev has 3 letters in it, and the word lie has 3 letters in it?
Yeah.
There's your connection.
Oh, we're out of here now. Good night, everyone. See you, Peanuts.
Night,
Merry
night,
Christmas.
everyone. Yes, have a happy Christmas.
Oh, I didn't realise you're still live.
Well,
I didn't mean that last one to go out over the air. I thought you'd finished, Terry.
That's
Well, you said
it's
the
all
first
good.
one over the air, I think.
We're